everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Melanie and I run a fashion and lifestyle blog over on MissMelanieMay.com. I always have my website linked down below in the description box, and I post on there a few times a week, and then I try to get a video up here on YouTube once or twice a week, but with back to school things have been a little rough. But I am back today for another Wellness Wednesday episode. I have been gone the last few weeks. I filmed my last one in Florida, and then I got back from Florida and have just been getting ready for school. And then this past week I had my first week of classes. So I took a little bit of a break, but I'm excited to be back today with a new episode. If you have not seen these episodes, I started a new series, Wellness Wednesday, where I share something related to wellness every Wednesday. I have been slowly going through and sharing my health journey and story, so that's kind of where I've been focusing on right now. But once I get through some of those videos and share as much as I feel like I have with that, then we'll be moving in to other things, wellness being fitness, recipes, lifestyle, kind of whatever. But so that is kind of how that is gone. So I have a playlist of all these episodes that I will link down below that you can watch. I have a health journey story, and I also have another episode talking about my diet, which leads me into today's episode. I am going to be sharing my experience with a nutritionist, kind of walking you through how that went. Is it worth it? Is it not? And yeah, so we'll get right into the video. But as always, a little disclaimer, I am not a doctor at all, so if you have any questions, please contact a doctor or see a medical professional. These are just my opinions and what I have experienced. Let's start off with, if you saw my last video, you know that I'm on a new diet now. I'm gluten-free. I eat low, not a ton of sugar. I have no dairy, no soy. Those are the main parts of it. So that is kind of what the diet is like. So when I went to the doctor that last time, kind of where she told me, she gave me my medicines and kind of told me what I could be doing. She had mentioned that I could be going on some sort of anti-inflammatory diet. So I didn't really know much about it, so we found a nutritionist in the area that specialized in celiac disease and other type of autoimmune diseases. So we made an appointment with her, and that first appointment was pretty overwhelming. So before I get into it, I have like some notes and stuff on my laptop in case I'm looking down at all. I just want to make sure I'm giving all the correct information. So I had my first appointment on April 4th, and prior to that appointment, she had sent me 3 forms that I needed to fill out. That was the the one was just basically like a consent form, kind of like a HIPAA form, but then the other 2 were a nutrition intake form and a medical symptom questionnaire. So the medical symptom questionnaire was, going through all the symptoms, when you experience the symptoms, how bad it is, all of that stuff. The nutrition intake form, she asked me some questions, similar to my symptoms, and then, how much do I exercise, certain things like that. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, yes, at the very bottom of the form, for I think it was 4 days, I had to write down what I ate every day to kind of give an idea for what I was eating. So that was what I had to fill out prior to this first appointment. So this first appointment, me and my mom we went into the woman's office, and she kind of, explained what I wanted, or she kind of asked me what I wanted out of it, and I just kind of, said that I wanted to have a more clear understanding of what were foods that I should be avoiding, what I should be eating, kind of, what I can take out of my diet. So she looked at all those things. I can't exactly, I wish I would have taken notes after the appointments because I don't totally remember if she talked about my symptoms as much. She mainly, I want to say, focused on the food in the first one. So she went through my, that food journal, basically is what I'd be calling it, and kind of was like, okay, this, is something that you should improve on. This is what. So she literally just went through this food diary and kind of explained like what are things that were really not good, things that had a lot of sugar that I wouldn't know maybe had a lot of sugar. Yeah, so it was a lot of like more about the diet. I don't know. She asked me, to explain my health story, but I don't think it was really focused on the symptoms as much. So I left that appointment really, what's the word? Kind of like defeated, I guess, because, she told me all this stuff that I couldn't eat, that I should avoid, that, and it's personal, when you're talking about what you eat in a day, and then to have someone that you've never met before kind of critique you on it. It is kind of hard. And so I was very overwhelmed. After that appointment, she used this online forum called Practice Better. So she would post notes on there. That's where I would fill out the forms. That's where she would send me things. So after that first appointment, she followed up with a form or a note to me with some documents. These documents were all about celiac disease. Now, I don't have celiac disease, but because I was trying to go gluten-free, she sent me this information about new recipes as well. I don't know if that was the first appointment though. So anyway, so that first appointment, I was like really just overwhelmed. It must have been the first appointment. So she sent me a few recipes, and then this is what she said. I'm like, I have to go back in my head. She wanted me to try to start implementing a healthy breakfast for the next few weeks until we met again. So that was what she gave me. She gave me a chia oat pudding recipe and another like egg muffin recipe, and she wanted me to just focus on breakfast, she said, to try not to make it too overwhelming. But the personality that I have, I was like, well, if I'm going to do that, I might as well do it all kind of thing. So after that appointment, me and my mom talked. She was just as, overwhelmed as I was. And I just kind of, after that, was like, well, if it's going to help, I guess I'm going to try it. So I basically just jumped 2 feet in the deep end and just went for it. The next time I went to the grocery store, I made sure I got everything that was approved and kind of went from there. So then I started to eat these healthy breakfasts. I basically was focusing on the chia pudding, which is just chia seeds, oatmeal, and coconut milk soaked overnight kind of thing. So then that next appointment, we went back and we went over how I was doing. I talked about all the food that I was eating, and she was, really impressed with all the changes I had made. Then she started talking about other foods, but said that, she wanted to focus mainly on the ones that I have eliminated. There are other foods that I could eliminate if things got worse, but she said that, she didn't want me to be even more overwhelmed. And she did apologize. She was like, I really feel like you were overwhelmed that first time, and that was not my intention. I just wanted to give you like a full overview. And she's like, I get really excited about it. So honestly, she meant well, and I really liked her as a person, but it is overwhelming. And for someone who is so, passionate about that type of lifestyle and so healthy, it makes you seem kind of like, oh shoot, like I need to start eating healthier. But then it also is, just her saying, just being really passionate about it and nothing bad, but then you're like, oh my God, I have all these things I need to change. So it is about baby steps. It is about balancing. I'm not in any way, shape, or form as healthy as this woman ever. I will never be as healthy as this woman is, because, she is very healthy. Never no sweets, no baked goods. Now I still have all that stuff, but I eat it in moderation. I make sure it's gluten-free. I make sure it doesn't have soy in it. It doesn't have dairy in it, all that stuff. So it is a balance. It is figuring out what you are willing to do. You kind of have to take this information that they give you and say, okay, what am I willing to compromise and what am I willing not to compromise? And then go from there. There might be things in your diet that you 100% can't cut out. For example, if you're a coffee drinker and you can't not have 1 cup of coffee in the morning, then maybe you decide that you're not going to cut that out. It's all based on what you want to do. So anyway, so then the second appointment, we discussed how I've been doing. She was really impressed with that. She talked more about my symptoms in the second appointment, and she also shared more recipes with me based on what I was interested in. So I said, look, I need things that are easy, quick. I go to school, like So she shared some sheet pan recipes with me, some quick snacks. I kind of asked her more about the gluten-free thing, what is common things that I need to look for that might have gluten in them. She shared, the thing with salad dressings, cereal, soy sauce, like certain things like that you wouldn't necessarily know had gluten in them. And then she also focused on the vitamins and that aspect of it, which I was really, really grateful for. So she kind of helped me figure out some vitamins that I should be taking and different supplements that might help with my stomach and all of that. So that was really helpful, and I'm still taking all those vitamins and supplements to this day, and I'm going to be doing another video explaining all the vitamins and supplements that I take, so that will be probably my next episode. And then she let me order them through her. I did that the first time, but since then I've just been ordering them like on Amazon and stuff, because she had her own website or her own like vitamin shop. So I ordered them through her the first time just to make sure I was getting everything that was correct. And then after that I kind of went on my own. The nice thing about that was she had, so for example, she was like, you should be taking fish oil, but instead of just saying you should be taking fish oil, she gave me, a specific type of fish oil that is high quality. I think in total I went to, it was either 3 or 4 appointments. I want to say it was 3, but it could have been more. So that was the other thing. It was expensive. I feel like this video is all over the place. I'm just kind of going through everything. So looking through my stuff, I think I went to 3 appointments with her. And then in the last appointment, she just did a lot more talk about like the scientific aspect of it and leaky gut syndrome. And then she had me fill out another form, the same form I filled out the first time, but she had me fill it out again after I had been eating like this for about a month and kind of compared it and saw, wanted to see my improvement in my symptoms, which I definitely felt a lot better. I didn't have as much stomach pain, and that's, the main reason I stuck with it is because I felt better. So that was that. When I went the first time, she kind of was like, how many do you want to buy? So she had a special where I think it was 3 or 4 sessions for a certain amount of price, and it was a package deal. So we went with that. I think it was 3 sessions, and it was pretty expensive. But at least she helped me figure out what foods I can eat, what I can't, what to look for, and what vitamins to take. And she is a resource in case I ever need someone in the future to kind of give me guidance. If you were diagnosed with celiac disease, I think she would be very helpful to kind of help you figure out what you can eat, because that is a huge lifestyle change. If I have a little bit of gluten, in something, it's not going to kill me. But if you have celiac disease, you have to completely avoid it. So I think she was definitely helpful in that sense. That was my experience with a nutritionalist. Like I said, it kind of varies from person to person, but in all, do I think it was worth it? Yes. But do I think it was worth it for a long period of time? No. Is it expensive? Yes. Is it necessary? No. So it kind of depends on how much money you're willing to spend, how much time you're willing to invest, how serious you are about it. All those factors play into it. But, I definitely think it helped me. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Wellness Wednesday, and feel free to leave any comments you have down below and I will answer them. Remember to like this video and subscribe, and I will see you in my next episode, and have a great day. Bye.